well, very well. If you want to go to the border now, my name is Detective Valley County Sheriff's Office, and you're on the border of going to jail for disorderly public intoxication as well as failing to identify. Really? Okay, so this is what's going to happen. You call an Uber in the next 35 seconds, because I already given you a chance, Missy. Okay.
Whatever.
That could come. Okay, man, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna come get your truck because I don't want to see it get towed from you. Alright. So come on, do that. Man, call an Uber. Oh, yeah, I'm out to get you. So, man, are you gonna call an Uber or not? Am I allowed to call my husband? Call an Uber. Call an Uber. Alright. Yeah. Come back, you get arrested. Yeah, this
Of course. Hell yeah, Chief Runner was wolves. That's stupid. That's one thing about it.
Miss, I'm sorry. I didn't get in your paper. I didn't get right on right now. And therefore, like, your sister had it coming out of the bottom of her shoes. She had toilet paper stuck on the bottom of her shoes. Those all caps were.
You think this is a real one? They always show it like this, and it never be real. And what black man gonna let this woman beat him up like that? Like, what the fuck?
I'm not doing anything.
Oh shit! Maybe, maybe he will. Look how they carrying her. Oh well. Sir, please. Oh shit.
But it's not necessarily true. And here are a few cases when abusive girlfriends realize they've been caught.
They've been caught cheating.
There are various responses to being arrested.
They've been caught cheating.
Like this next one. In August 2023, police responded to a call about a problem between a man and his intoxicated girlfriend. They first meet with the man and talk to him about what happened.
How can we help you?
It look like he don't want to tell it, but it look like his mama. Look at his mama standing there. Come on, let's get to the good part. Shit, fuck all that.
Snitching shit.
Like. What? Why are you arresting me? Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Just leave me alone. Y'all weird as fuck. Y'all weird as fuck. Y'all weird. Y'all weird. Y'all weird as fuck. For real. Dead ass. Fuck you. Yeah.
Kicking and screaming at cops when they're trying to put you in handcuffs are probably two of the worst
What?
things a suspect could do. But
What you say?
is far from done.
I'll beat your ass.
Very far.
I understand that, but I'm not gonna take her trying to run away and slam me and kick at me.
The most brutal landlords. I was just thinking about who killed their tenants. What the fuck? Why like brutal landlords like they killed the get the fuck out of here, Ernestine. I ain't got time. We're gonna be up here laid out. My brother gonna know it. He gonna fuck their ass up.
Number 1, Todd Greyhouse. On May 29th, 2016.
It always got to be May.
61-year-old Wilana Anita Dunn was inside the home she rented from her landlord, Todd Greyhouse. It was a Sunday. By the end...
Bro.
Come on now. It's supposed to be upgrade.
It should be some good... Hello. Hello, Miss Monday.
That day, she would be dead.
Monday.
Abandoned mine shaft west of the city, where investigators would later recover
Monday, yes,
the surface of a water-filled pit. Everything that unfolded in the hours that followed traced back to the confrontation that took place inside that rental house. Anita Dunn had lived there for some time. Todd Greyhouse, then 53, owned the property while living in nearby Webb City. Few in the community knew that he had a past homicide conviction from 1983. Or that
1983?
In the months leading
Not
up to Dunn's death,
1983.
he had been arrested on a drug charge and had missed a required court
Meka.
date, adding more strain to his situation.
My name is
According to
Meka.
Greyhouse's later
My name's
testimony, he
Meka.
arrived at Dunn's home on
Your
May
name is
29th
Lily.
to talk with her.
Okay,
He
Lily.
claimed they had been involved
Nice
in
to
a
meet you,
secret
Lily.
affair and said she threatened to reveal it to his wife. Her family
Nice
disputed
to
any
meet you. Where you
suggestion of
coming
an
from?
affair, and there is no independent confirmation beyond his account. What is verified is that he was inside
Where
her
you
home
coming from? Like,
Greenhouse
where you from?
asserted that
Chicago,
Dunn placed a
like
handgun on the table during their
Florida,
argument, and that he perceived it as a threat.
Washington.
Investigators were unable to confirm this claim. It came solely from him. He described grabbing her by the throat with his hands, then using a towel, and
Where you
eventually
come
an
from?
electrical or lamp cord as the
Where you from?
strangulation continued. Medical findings
US.
confirmed that Dunn
Oh,
died by
you from
strangulation.
USA?
A defense
That's
expert
good.
later
I am
testified
from
that she had
USA
significant
too.
heart disease, potentially making her more susceptible to sudden cardiac arrest. But the sequence of force
Me
described
too.
by Greyhouse established a prolonged assault.
USA.
Once
Great
Dunn was dead,
place.
Greyhouse worked
President
quickly
Trump.
to hide
Oh
what
yes,
happened.
oh
He
yes,
placed her
oh
body
look.
into his vehicle and drove to an abandoned mine property west of Joplin.
I'm like
The shafts
getting
in that
fucked up.
area run deep and are partially
I'm getting
submerged.
fucked up like if somebody was
Greyhouse weighted the
drinking.
body with stones and dropped it into one of the water-filled shafts where he believed it would not be found. On May 30th, the next morning, Greyhouse and his wife went to the Joplin Police Department to report Dunn missing. He told officers they had not seen her since mid-May and
Look at his
suggested she might have
face.
been the victim of a burglary.
You know what he look like? Oh shit! Ow!
Of forced entry. When officers examined the house, the details did not align with his explanation. There were no consistent signs of a break-in, and no evidence of a struggle with an unknown intruder.
I burn my
During the early phase of the investigation, Dunn's abandoned wallet was found in
Ow!
the previous Webb City residence she had rented from the Greyhouses. This strengthened investigators' focus on Todd Greyhouse. Detectives obtained her cell phone records, and the tower data pointed toward the mineland west of Joplin.
Watch
Search
it.
teams lowered an underwater camera into one of the shafts and located a body waiting
Oh, it
around
scared
the
me
rocks.
after you.
Divers later recovered
Watch
the
it,
evidence and identified them as a
Killer
neighbor.
landlords.
At the same time,
You would
statements
not
from
believe
people
a
close to
landlord. These
Greyhouse
people look
further
like regular
implicated him.
people.
He had told his wife what happened. He also confessed to his sister. His sister,
Killer
then former
tenant.
minister, who contacted police. When investigators questioned him, Greyhouse eventually disclosed the location where he had hidden Dunn's handgun at his workplace.
I love watching
Combined
this
with the
here. This is my
recovery of the
favorite
body,
show.
the phone data, and the
It's off of
inconsistencies
YouTube
in the
as
missing
well.
person story, the evidence formed a clear picture. Greenhouse was arrested and charged with first-degree murder. His trial began in Jasper County in September 2017. He testified in his own defense, repeating his claim that the killing was
In
unintentional
his own
and
defense.
occurred during a panic-driven confrontation. The prosecution emphasized the escalation from manual strangulation to the use of a towel and then a cord, followed by the effort to conceal the body and stage a false narrative for police. The jury deliberated for roughly 25 minutes before returning a verdict guilty of first-degree murder.
No, he ain't look at him, because he only crying because he got caught. Motherfucker, but he gonna pay for it when he get up in there.
Some coverage at the time described his punishment as a 50-year sentence without parole.
That don't make no
While other
goddamn
verified
sense.
sources characterize it as life without parole, which aligns with Missouri statute. Reports differ on the phrasing, but all critical summaries agree he will never be eligible for release. Today, Todd Greyhouse remains incarcerated in a Missouri state prison. The investigation into Anita Dunn's disappearance showed how quickly a staged burglary narrative can fall apart under scrutiny, and how physical evidence, digital records, and witness disclosures ultimately led investigators from a rental home in Joplin to a concealed body deep inside an abandoned mine shaft.
Damn!
James Pack.
James Pack
was 19, living with his mother, Susan Johnson, in the attached apartment at 17 Secaucus Road in Biddeford, Maine. His girlfriend, 18-year-old Olivia Welch, had moved in.
I'm kind of annoyed because my mom is sleeping and her snoring sounds like a chainsaw. That's what my girlfriend sound like a chainsaw too. She be sounding, she be so.
And the shared driveway was tight. As they moved their cars to clear space, another argument broke out between the family and their landlord.
She was like,
but this one escalated.
I do got sleep that man, but I have that machine on, and the machine doesn't let you snore like that.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
They were disrespecting his property. The argument intensified in the driveway, and Derek and his mother went back inside to avoid further confrontation.
It don't let you snore.
I'm gonna record you. You gonna be like,
According to the later affidavit and civil
sorry.
Pack followed the argument back to
She
his
was
portion
supposed
of
to
the
get
home,
one.
still furious, and at one point made
I'm gonna
direct
record
threats.
you.
Derek,
You
Welch,
supposed to get
and
one.
Johnson called 911 to report that their landlord at approximately 6:45 in the evening. A officer, Edward Dexter, arrived at the property.
Good, I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Tenants inside their apartment, documenting the report that Pack.
You better put some ear things in your ear like this
here.
here.
Landlord's side of the connected structure and spoke with Pack.
Oh, look at him.
According to the officer's
Girl,
later
I
testimony.
can't do. Girl, he look like the Karate Kid. The master. He look like Master Louis. Girl, get the fuck out of here. Who he killing? You son of a bitch. I hope they beat your ass.
Got a big old ball here.
You're right.
They're like,
Them damn under that eyes. Jeffrey Dahmer want to eat them bags under them eyes.
Evidence presented in court shows that he opened that door, stepped inside, and immediately began firing. Derek Thompson.
Oh, we saw this one.
Yeah.
We saw this one.
Johnson was also hit.
He was across the street and he went into their house. Yes, he did. Oh, yes, he did. You bitch. I remember that.
She reached for her phone and placed a second 911 call at approximately 6:54.
She survived.
Only a few minutes after the officer had departed. Police returned to the scene to find 2 victims dead and a third critically wounded. Pack had retreated back into
Look
the
at
building.
oh my God.
Officers established a perimeter around the property.
They should have arrested him the first time. He wouldn't have got none of that shit would have happened.
Attempted to make contact.
There's one time my mom was snoring and I was sleeping and something went and I was like, did someone scream until I realized that that was my mom snoring.
Inside the apartment. In March of 2013, Pack entered an initial plea of not guilty by reason of insanity, supported by defense claims that he had suffered a mini stroke and cognitive changes leading up to the crime. Reports indicate that psychologists evaluated him, but the case never proceeded to a full trial on that basis. Instead, on February 3rd, 2016, Pack changed his plea to guilty on all charges, 2 counts of murder for the deaths of Thompson and Welch, and 1 count of aggravated attempted murder for the shooting of Johnson. His attorney stated that he wished to spare both families the ordeal of trial. On February 11th,
one time my mom was snoring.
in York County Superior Court,
Oh yeah.
Pack was sentenced to life in prison for the murders. along with an additional 30-year term for the attempted murder. The structure of the sentence ensured that he would never.
Girl, that
The
motherfucker.
state sentencing record emphasized the rapid escalation of the conflict, the explicit
Man.
threats made before police arrived, and the fact that Pack carried out the shootings within minutes of the officer's departure. Johnson later described how quickly the incident unfolded and how the family believed they were safe once the officer had left.
Right.
Pack remained in state custody until May of 2024, when the Maine Department of Corrections confirmed that he had died at age 86 while serving his life sentence at Mountain View Correctional
Oh, he
Facility.
died.
Number 3, Stanley Anthony Jensen. On the evening of October 25th,
Man, Lord.
2019, deputies from the Marion County Sheriff's
This
Office
shit was
were
normal.
dispatched to a property on
Oh,
Southeast Street,
thank
in Ocala,
you.
Florida. It was just after
First-
8:30 p.m.
Whoa.
When they entered the rental home, they found
Thank
49-year-old
you.
tenant Mark
And
Russ
some hands
lying
clapping.
inside with multiple gunshot wounds.
Screaming,
The
literally
only
my
other person
mom's.
in the unit was his landlord,
She said,
57-year-old Stanley
she
Jensen,
said,
who was taken into custody.
what?
What appeared at
This
first
is
as a
it.
violent
To the girl
confrontation inside a
screaming,
small
literally
rental
my
home
mom, thanks.
quickly became the center of a homicide investigation.
It was a mama
that
snoring.
traced through a full day of
It
escalating
sound that bad?
Earlier that Friday, Jensen
Good
had already
Lord.
been to the property several times. Jensen had called them repeatedly because he was
He
trying to
looks
remove
great.
Brooks
No,
from the
he
home
do. He
over
do
what he
look like-
described as unpaid rent and ongoing problems with the tenant. Investigators later documented that deputies explained the legal eviction process to him and made it clear he could not force the tenant out himself. They instructed him not to return to the home.
Is
and
that
to
the
handle
tenant?
matters in the civil courts.
Yes.
Despite that warning,
He
Jensen
look
remained
crazy.
focused on the
That's a
eviction
different
and
person.
continued approaching the residence. Throughout the afternoon, the
Yeah,
dispute
heavier.
continued to intensify. Multiple calls were logged as Jensen attempted to regain
don't
control
know.
of the property.
Maybe because of the
Reports
picture,
from deputies
you can
showed
see
that
the
he
blue
spoke to
eyes
him
more
than once,
than now you
indicating
can.
that he had no legal
It's,
authority to enter
it's
the
still
tenant's
blue
living
eyes, it
space
just
or
look
remove him by
darker.
force. By early evening, they left the area, believing the situation had stabilized for the moment. Within hours, however, another emergency call came in from the same address. What happened inside the rental unit that evening is described differently by the two sides of the case. Jensen
So that's
told
the one who
investigators
got-
that
oh.
he returned to the home because he heard yelling and
That's the
believed
one who
something
got
was
the
wrong
gun.
inside.
Got gone.
According to his account,
Back
when he
in.
entered the residence, Russ confronted him with a machete. Jensen claimed that
machete?
Russ refused to drop the weapon and
A
began
machete?
shooting him, forcing him to fire his handgun several times in self-defense. Some statements from the defense describe as many as 6 rounds being fired.
Damn.
Prosecutors, however, emphasized that there were no independent
Thank
witnesses
you.
to support Jensen's version.
I
of
went
the
there
struggle.
one time.
When deputies
One
arrived
time.
around 8:30 that night, they
Actually,
found Russ
2 times.
already deceased from gunshot wounds.
Me and my brother went
Jensen
2
was still
times.
inside the unit and was immediately detained. Detectives processed the scene, collected
But I wanna
physical
go back
evidence,
again.
and documented
I wanna
the
go back
trajectory
to
of events
Hollywood
that had unfolded
again.
earlier that day. Investigators noted that deputies had previously ordered Jensen not to return to the rental.
But I want to show
and that
Ernestine how it
the
is
decision to
down
re-enter
there.
the home was a central point in the
It's a
state's
lot.
case. As the
It's like,
investigation progressed, the prosecution would
you
argue
see that
the
thing? You
shooting
see how it's
occurred
moving?
not out of fear, but out of anger and frustration during an ongoing eviction
You
dispute.
can tell this is an
Before the
old
case
ass
went to
fan.
trial, Jensen sought immunity
See all
under
those
Florida's
lines?
Stand Your Ground
yeah,
law.
that's why I'm trying
The
to tell
hearing
you.
was held in Marion County Circuit Court,
You
where
bet
both
no,
sides
no,
presented
let's see.
evidence.
Judge
Judge Anthony Taddy
You
reviewed the
cannot
record and
come over
denied
here
the
fucking
motion.
with my shit.
In his ruling, he found that the evidence showed Jensen armed
And
himself,
one time I
returned
was
to the
with my
tenant's
dad,
residence despite
and he
being
was
instructed
asleep
not to,
snoring,
and
and he
initiated
sounded like a
contact inside
dang
the home.
fire
This
alarm
conduct,
with
the judge
police
decided,
sirens
did not
and
qualify
dang
for
explosives.
immunity under the statute. The case moved to
It
trial
was
in
going
April
off like that.
2022.
Was it going like?
Deputies, forensic personnel, and the individuals involved in the earlier calls that day.
I've heard it like that. And then they take a little fart. That used to be my dad's favorite thing to do is fart in his sleep. He just raised his leg up and fart. It don't matter if us kids was in the room or not. He just raised his leg up and fart. Who is that?
Missy. Yeah, I'm telling on you.
Why are you sneezing like that there?
That's how rolling around just You know how they be
Individuals
rolling
involved in the
around.
earlier
Okay, I
call
see
that
you
day.
say her eye
The
is red.
prosecution
I see
focused
it
on the
now.
sequence of events that led to the shooting.
Right there.
A
Right
landlord who had
there.
repeatedly attempted to evict his tenant outside the legal process.
Her eye, I can
Multiple
see that
warnings
it's
from law
red.
enforcement to
Yeah,
stay
you see
away,
what I'm saying?
and a final
Yeah.
return to the property that ended in a
But
fatal
ain't
use
nothing
of
I can
force.
do right
The
now.
defense maintained the position that Bruss had been
I
armed
wish
with a
I
machete,
could. All I can
and
do
that
is
Jensen
just,
fired
it
only
said,
because he believed he had no
wash
other
her
option.
up.
On April 27, 2022, the jury found Stanley Anthony Jensen guilty of
I
second-degree
want to
murder.
do
A
something.
sentencing hearing followed in
Not like I
July,
don't want to do something.
during which the court considered arguments from both sides
I
and
want
the findings of the pre-sentence investigation. Judge
I want
Supposed to be
County imposed a
Look at him. He looks like Woody Harry.
mandatory
Hey,
minimum of 20
Woody
years
Harrelson.
before Jensen would be eligible for release. Number 4,
He
Javier
was
Ortol.
like,
On October 21st,
and
2013,
was snoring, and
in
I was
East
like,
Naples, Florida,
are you
a
okay?
tenant walked out of his
He was like,
home on
and he was
Okeechobee
snoring.
Street
I'm
after
like,
seeing his
are
landlord's
you
van
okay?
pull up near the mailbox. The man who sat was 51-year-old
okay?
Edward Malone. The
Yeah, I
man waiting in
did.
the driver's seat was his 78-year-old landlord, Javier
Having a happy
Ortol.
dream? What's?
What began as an argument over overdue rent would end with a single
Are you
gunshot
happy?
to Malone's chest, a death in the driveway, and a murder trial that rejected Ortol's claim of self-defense. The rental house sat in a quiet neighborhood of older, single-story homes. Ortol had owned the property for roughly 2 decades, renting it out to tenants while living in the
See,
same
them right
area
there,
of
them is
Collier
real
County.
teeth.
He was widely known
That
as
shit that people
elderly,
be having it
physically
now is
limited,
that
and dependent on
everybody's
an electronic
smile looked
wheelchair
exactly
for
the
mobility.
same. Like,
Friends later told
it's not
investigators
never
that he always carried a
different.
firearm and had a concealed
It all
gun in his
looks the
permit,
same
a habit they
nowadays.
considered part of his daily routine rather than a response to any specific danger. Malone, the tenant, had a long history of arrests in Collier County, dating back to the early 1990s. Prosecutors later confirmed these records
Malone,
publicly, and they
leave
became
me
part of the defense's
alone.
effort to portray Ortol as a frail
Malone.
landlord facing someone with a reputation for volatility. But on the morning of October 21st, the issue at stake was simple and verified.
Was
the
it?
rent was overdue, and Ortol drove to the home to confront his tenant about the money.
My rent is
According to
paid.
witness accounts and sheriff's
It
reports,
just done.
Malone came out to meet him at the mailbox
I
area.
think I did pretty
Deputies later
good.
said Ortol began
I
yelling
stayed
at
on
him
this
about
thing for a
unpaid
little
rent,
bit.
escalating a dispute that had likely been building for weeks. At some point during the argument, Maloney's cell phone dropped into the floorboard area inside Ortol's van. When Maloney leaned
What do
in
you
or
think,
reached
Ern?
inside the vehicle to grab it, Ortol fired one shot from a handgun he kept within arm's reach. The bullet struck Maloney in the chest.
I don't know. I don't
Witnesses
know
saw Maloney
how.
clutch his body and stumble,
My grandpa died
collapsing
soon,
in or
so
near the
don't
driveway.
know how to.
First responders
Oh, I'm
pronounced him
sorry to
dead at the
hear
scene.
that.
Deputies then searched
My
the van and
condolences.
recovered 3 handguns.
I'll be feeling
including the
sad
one used
shit.
in the shooting.
Oh my
Investigators
God, I
noted
wouldn't
that
know how to
Ortol had
feel.
arrived at the home with
I don't know if
multiple
you feel
firearms
like
accessible to him, which later became a point of emphasis for the
that he's
prosecution. Ortol was
getting out of
transported to a
pain,
local hospital after the shooting,
or
reportedly suffering a mild
off of
heart
this
attack,
earth.
and was later taken into
You
sheriff's
know,
custody. He was charged
that's
with
when I
second-degree murder
literally
the following day.
went to the
At
living
his first
room
court
and my
appearance,
mom
his attorney began
was sleeping
outlining
on the
a
couch
self-defense argument,
with that
referencing
dang
Ortol's
loud
age,
fire
his
truck,
limited
police
mobility,
siren
and
storm.
Florida's
And I was
stand your
like,
ground law. The
I'm
defense's
cooked.
position was that and that Ortol, because of his disability, believed he was under attack.
He got a
Prosecutors
disability.
countered with a straightforward
Where?
narrative. A
Oh, he did-
landlord angry
they let
about
him go?
unpaid rent
Yeah,
drove
no,
to
they
the
said
home,
he got a
confronted his
disability.
tenant, brought multiple guns to the scene.
So why he
and
gotta
shot
own
Malone
his
during
own?
the
So what? You got a disability?
They
so
argued
don't
that
give you the
Maloney
right to
leaning
kill
into the
the
van to
motherfucker.
retrieve
Right,
his cell
and
phone did not constitute a deadly threat, and that Ortol's decision to fire was
I'm
driven by
cooked.
anger and poor judgment.
Not let her cook.
Fear.
He said, I'm
The
cooked.
case proceeded
He just went in there and heard that
for
snoring.
nearly 2 years.
I
There
said,
is
I'm
no
cooked.
indication in available records that stand your ground immunity was granted. Instead, the matter went before a
I'm
jury,
cooked.
with both sides presenting their versions of the confrontation and the available physical evidence. On May 29th, 2015,
Why is always
jurors
gotta be
returned their
made
verdict.
made
They
something?
rejected Ortol's
Dang.
self-defense claim and found him guilty of second-degree murder. Because Florida law allows for a life sentence in such cases, multiple news outlets noted that Ortol, now 79, faced the possibility of spending the remainder of his life in prison. A sentencing date was set for July
smashing.
6th.
I had
The judge
some
allowed
chicken,
Control
of
to
course, you
remain free
know.
on bond
We
while awaiting
love
sentencing,
some chicken.
citing his age and medical condition. But before the court could impose a sentence, investigators were called to Ortol's home.
I'm
in
a
late
probably
June.
stay on this thing
They found him
for.
slumped in his electronic
And my
wheelchair
dad
and
is 60
unresponsive.
years old, and
He
my
was
mom
pronounced
is
dead,
40.
ending the case before punishment could be formally handed down.
Your
Reports differ on
dad
the
is
exact cause of
60
death,
and your
but there
mom
was
is
no
40.
indication of foul play.
20
Ooh,
For the
years
Collier
apart.
County Sheriff's Office, the
yeah.
case represented a rare
He
and
got
clear
your
example
mama
of
got
a
herself a
landlord-tenant
sugar
dispute
daddy.
escalating into legal violence.
Silly.
The evidence showed that Ortol went to
Hey, come on, daddy.
brought multiple
My dad
firearms
was that old
and
too.
fired a fatal shot during a
My
disagreement
dad was
about this.
actually
The jury's
15
decision
years
reflects
older
the
than my
conclusion
mom.
that the threat described by Ortol did not justify the use of deadly force. And for the family of Edward Malone, the outcome meant that the person convicted of killing
I
him
love
never
my
served the day
dad.
of the
My
life
dad
sentence
was
he was
cool.
facing. The
And my
events of that
grandpa.
night on Okeechobee Street
Get
remain
the.
documented.
She said her grandpa is 68.
Physical evidence
Oh my
and verdict
God,
that brought legal
girl.
clarity to what took place
That
between a
that is
frustrated
that is
landlord and a
hilarious.
tenant whose overdue
They
payments
probably went to
turned into
school
a deadly
together or
encounter.
something.
Number 5, Dominic Coacher. In April
They went to school
2009, at a
together.
terraced property on Hilton Court
Whole
in
time you were
Baltimore
looking at
Court,
his granddaughter.
a French
Hey,
flight
what's
attendant
up?
named Christophe Bourget was inside
Look
the kitchen,
at oh
helping
hell
with what he
no.
believed was routine cleaning. The room had been lined with tarpaulin sheets, plastic covered the benches, and a space had been cleared on the
Hell
floor.
no.
It looked like preparation for a deep clean, but investigators later determined it had been set up for something else. The men who lived with him, landlord and controlling figure Dominic Coacher, along with associates Sebastian Bendu and Manuel Wagner,
Right, look how he
turned
look.
the kitchen into a
Look like somebody punched him.
Christophe had moved to the United Kingdom the year
Rudolph the
before,
Red-Nosed
relocating
Reindeer.
from France, who eventually settled in Ellesmere Port.
Oh, look like
He took
Rudolph
a
the
job
Red.
as a Lion Air flight attendant,
Rudolph the
and he and one of his
Red-Nosed
friends began living at a
Reindeer.
property controlled by Coacher.
Yeah, those
Over
ain't
time,
lady.
Coacher's influence over them grew beyond a normal
Look at that.
landlord
Look at that
tenant
neck.
arrangement. He
And
handled their
where was
money,
that?
dictated how their wages were spent, and created an environment where he acted as the head of the household and financial controller. Both Christophe and his friend paid their earnings directly into Coacher's
You
bank
can
account,
tell this is
giving
not
him
in
near
our
total
country.
control over their
This
daily
is
living.
this is UK.
UK.
Yeah, because you can
Relationship
tell
had deteriorated.
the way his
Court
neck is
records
leaning
and
to the
investigative
side.
interviews show that Coacher
And my
had
little
evidence of
brother
ability to run
is
in personal
6.
disputes. Witnesses described
Oh,
Coacher's influence as unusual
first grade.
and, at times, manipulative. He had begun telling the
Oh,
others that Christophe could not be trusted, portraying him as a threat and encouraging a shared sense of suspicion.
Right here.
That
Look,
narrative
look at him.
intensified in the weeks
that's
leading up to
the
the
one
murder.
that they
In the days
killed.
before
Ain't
the attack, Coacher purchased knives, a cement mixer, bricks, and tarpaulin. Items investigators later described.
That's why he
as
looked like
materials for
Alfred
both
Hitchcock
film
with his
and
fat
film.
ass. He up there trying to
Coacher
kill
was prepared
people.
to sheets of
Yeah,
cotton
that ain't
and
right.
blood spatter. The outbuilding behind the house had been ready as well, with a cavity dug beneath the shed floor and bags of
Girl.
concrete positioned nearby.
This is a dude.
In late April, the
Look
three
at
men
him.
lured Christophe into the kitchen. While he was kneeling and cleaning an area of the floor, the attack began.
He look like Macaulay
Investigators
Culkin.
determined that he was struck
He
by
look like
the
Alfred
hammer
Hitchcock.
and stabbed
He
with
look like that
knives in
one boy that
coordinated
played in
assault
that
by the group.
that
He
The
look like
injuries were
what's his
extensive and
the
Af-
wrestler?
once
Afton
Christophe was dead,
Kushner.
the men wrapped his body in tarpaulin, bound it
What
tightly,
wrestler?
and carried it out to the shed. There, they
The
placed the
one,
body into the cavity
Mm.
and encased it beneath layers of concrete,
And he
sealing him
still
in what
wear
detectives
Dane's
later
diaper.
referred to as
Oh, he got a
concrete
problem.
tomb. Almost immediately,
That's okay.
Coacher shifted to
He'll
creating the
jump out
appearance
of
that
him.
Christophe was still alive.
Sometimes,
He wrote an email
man,
to
sometimes
Christophe's
it's
family in
hard.
France, claiming Christophe had gone on
It's
holiday
hard.
or was traveling.
You be dreaming.
Forensic linguists later analyzed the message and concluded that the writing style,
You be
grammar,
dreaming,
and errors
man.
matched Coacher's
And he just
language,
wet the bit. One
not
day he'll get
Christophe's.
out of it.
Over the next
One
2
day
years,
he'll get out of
additional
it.
messages and postcards appeared, reinforcing the idea that Christophe had left voluntarily. During this time,
Look how he
Coacher,
look.
Bendu, and Wagner relocated to
And he's
Scotland. The
autistic.
missing
Oh,
persons
okay.
inquiry continued,
He
but without
autistic.
evidence of foul play, there
Okay.
was little progress.
That explains it.
Christophe's body remained undiscovered beneath the concrete slab
Yeah,
in the
we
shed.
see it.
Everything changed
lot
in
of
April
autistic.
2013.
all the
distressed and
time.
confused Sebastian Bendu
Shit, I think
walked
I'm
into a police
autistic, to be
station
honest
in
with you.
Ellesmere Port and told
I'm
officers who had killed the man years earlier
telling you that
and
right
buried the
now.
body in a
They
shed.
just didn't have that word
Officers
when I
described
was
him as
young. You know what I'm
agitated,
saying?
showing signs of
They
mental
didn't
Yes, they
have
did.
all
Yes,
that.
they
No, they
did.
didn't,
tell
Ernestine.
about
How you gonna
detail,
tell me? I'm
but the
telling you what I
reference to a
know
body in
now.
a shed prompted police
They didn't
to
have
check the Rosenborg
autistic when I
address.
was.
When detectives
He's
arrived at the
sick right now.
property,
Oh,
they
well,
found a
I'm praying
solid
for him to
concrete
get
floor
better.
in the outbuilding. After breaking through the slab,
Oh,
they uncovered a tarpaulin-wrapped body.
I'm praying
Forensic
for him to
testing
get better,
confirmed it
Lord.
was Christophe
His
Bourquier.
name is
The post-mortem findings showed blunt force injuries consistent with hammer strikes and multiple stab wounds.
Amen.
Following the discovery, police arrested Coacher, Bendu, and Wagner. Evidence collected
That's
included
that
the email
family.
Coacher had written in Christophe's name, financial records showing the flow of
Well,
wages
anyway,
since
it was
Coacher
nice
killed,
meeting.
and police
It
accounts
was nice
describing
meeting
Coacher's
you.
influence over the two
Thank you
younger
for
men.
coming on here, showing
Prosecutors
some
argued that
love.
Coacher was the orchestrator,
I'm gonna get on
the
here
one who
again
planned the
and see
killing,
how it is.
controlled the finances, and directed the
This is
others.
my
In
second time
2014, Coacher was
on here.
convicted of murder at Preston Crown Court and
I'll
sentenced to
get on
life
here
imprisonment
again.
with a minimum
Try to
term
bring
of
some of my
23
friends
years.
on here.
Bendu was
See how it
convicted later
is.
the same year and received life with a minimum of 14 years.
You have a blessed night.
Wagner was initially
And I pray
acquitted
that
as
your
a
brother,
16 offender,
it
but
gets
the case
better.
was reopened after further
Yeah.
evidence emerged.
You
And
have
in
a
2017,
happy Thanksgiving
he
if
was convicted
you
of murder and
into
sentenced to
that.
life with a
And
minimum
some
of
people be
16
like,
years.
oh no, I'm
For
not into that.
investigators,
No,
the
no,
case
don't tell
highlighted the
me.
destructive
Happy
system of
holidays.
control
You know what I'm
where a
saying?
landlord
I
grew
don't
into a
wanna.
dominant, manipulative figure who governed
Yeah, okay.
finances, living arrangements, and movements of
Let's
the
hear
people
it.
within his home. Christophe's disappearance was initially hidden behind a false trail of messages, cash control, and a move across the border. It was only through a confession years later, driven in part by guilt and mental breakdown, that the truth emerged. By the time the
It
case had
says
surfaced in
police president
2025, through new
and
documentary coverage, the details had been firmly
police
established through
president and
trials, forensic evidence, and
Edina.
confessions. Christophe
We
Bourquier
wasn't
had been
in
murdered in
Edina.
a planned, controlled assault, his body concealed for years beneath concrete in a shed behind the house where he once lived under Coacher's authority. The convictions that followed reflected the full extent of the planning, the brutality of the attack, and the deliberate effort to erase his existence after the killing. Number 6, Matthew Charles Dragunov. On March 8, 2021, in the outer
You
suburban
know,
community of Virginia on Adelaide
oh,
Northern
Virginia.
Fringe,
Oh,
49-year-old Simon Middleton was moving belongings from a Brady Street property to a vehicle
man,
parked
I
outside.
seen this chocolate. It
early
was
in the
like
morning.
worth a
According to
chocolate
later
bar
court findings,
worth
Middleton was in the
$5.
process of
I don't know if
vacating
that's
his
because of the
home, where he had
tariffs
been
or
living
what.
rent-free. He was on the phone, unarmed, and preparing to leave when his
Huh?
landlord, Matthew Charles Dragunov, approached the property carrying a
Man, I ain't
high-powered
realize
Marlin
it's late like this.
.30 rifle. The relationship between the two men had deteriorated sharply
Okay.
in the weeks leading up to that morning.
It's
Prosecutors later
11:04. So
described
what you
growing
wanna do?
animosity
I
and an
wanna hear
accumulation of
more. You
grievances
say you
held by
wanna hear
Dragunov,
something funny,
including disputes over the sale
and
of a
I'm waiting
stolen
for you to
caravan,
crack that joke
allegations of
like an
theft,
egg.
and resentment that
Break it
Middleton was
open.
living on his property without
Let's see
paying
the
rent.
yolk.
2 days
The
earlier,
yolk,
on March
yolk,
6th,
yolk.
a man who had been watching over another of Dragunov's properties
You know, people
told
be
him there
laughing,
had
so
been
they
a
be like,
break-in,
yolk,
and
yolk,
that
yolk,
Middleton
yolk.
and several others were allegedly involved. That report became a
Yeah, the
significant
joke
catalyst in
is
the
crack
Crown's
it
version
open
of the
like an
events that
egg.
followed. By the early hours of
So,
March 8th,
I have a
Middleton was
cat.
clearly leaving the property.
And at first it was a
Justice
baby
Ann Vanson
cat,
later
but it
noted that
literally
it was
looked like
evident he
a
was
hairless,
moving out,
big-eyed
and that
dang
no
bird.
further eviction
But
steps
when
were
it grew up,
necessary.
now
Despite
it's
this,
acting like a
Dragunov
lion.
traveled with a armed with a stolen rifle, even though he was under a firearms prohibition order that made possession illegal. What happened next was
Lord
pieced
have
together
mercy.
witness accounts, forensic evidence, and CCTV footage
Oh my
presented during the
God.
2-month Supreme Court trial. While Middleton was on the phone,
Well, you
witness
have a
heard him say,
beautiful
"Oh no,
night.
don't shoot,"
You
followed by
had
screams
me
and
crack it up.
gunshots. Prosecutors
Had
said the
me
first
crack
shot
it up.
struck Middleton in the upper body at close range and was already fatal on its own. As he attempted to flee or crawl away, he was struck again.
I never seen
this
one
time
her
in the
cat.
buttocks. The final
She'll be
shot,
happy.
delivered to the
They
head
ain't
as
gonna
he lay on the
lie.
ground, was described in court as an execution-style killing. The forensic evidence supported this sequence.
I know
A
for a
pathologist
fact
told
we
the
can't
court
have
that
no
the head and chest
goddamn
wounds
cat
were
in
each
this
on
Right.
the
They
These
already
people
got
right
one.
here.
DNA matching Dragunov was found
They
on a
so